Yes, everyone, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson. This is Transfer Talk, and we're going to go through some of the rumours that's going on this week. Today, we are obviously going to be talking about Jadon Sancho. We might as well call this the Monday evening Jadon Sancho update, the way it's been going during lockdown. We're also going to be talking about Vanderbeek, and we're also going to be talking about Konate as well. So, let's get into it, shall we? There's not obviously a great deal of anything official coming out. You're not going to see anything official coming out for a while, I don't think. Although, it does seem like the situation around at least training and Premier League clubs like that are going to be changing very soon. It sounds like Wolves are going back to training. As soon as Wolves do, I would imagine others begin to follow suit. And I would imagine then that means that you're probably not too far away from a return, and this June date that everyone seems to be talking about, this open secret that we've supposedly got everywhere, we're going to find people start really seeing that that is probably going to happen. Should it happen? I don't think so. Will it happen? I think so. I do. And I think because money talks, and that'll be the deciding factor in whether or not this happens, whether it's responsible or not. I think it will happen, and that will be that. Right then, so last week we was talking about what Woodward said, and the idea of clubs spending big this summer ignores the realities that face the sport due to the ongoing pandemic. Not ideal for everybody who's expecting big transfers from United. I think it was a little bit of game playing to try and put it out there like, listen, Jesus Christ, we can't have it out there that we're going to be spending massive all summer, can we? However, Paul Ince has had his say on the situation, and he says that the Wonder Kid is a bit of an exceptional case. What I have to say, though, is that I believe it's a good thing, less crazy inflated transfer fees. The amount of clubs and agents were demanding around signings had got stupid. Although the circumstances are terrible, it was good to see a sense of normality again with the huge amounts we're seeing for players. I don't think it's ever going back. I think the prices have been insane since the 90s. So I don't ever see the genie going back inside the bottle with this. Ince carries on. He says, one player that United and Woodward would probably change their thinking on is Jadon Sancho. He's worth breaking a bank for. He's still young, only 20, and so established. He's obviously an incredible talent, and although the club will be entering a bidding war if they want to buy him, they will have the chance. If they have the chance, they would be stupid not to. Fans would be right to be disappointed if they thought United had the chance to have Sancho and the club didn't fight for him. Couple of things. Here's what he said. Although the club will be entering a bidding war if they want to buy him, why would we be entering a bidding war? I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily think you are entering a bidding war. Who are you bidding against? A bidding war usually needs another party. You can't just fucking bid against yourself. Although, I don't know, I guess. Get some of the comments in the mixer. Someone says, what kit am I wearing? It's the anniversary one that United did a couple of years ago. As a United fan, are we supposed to hate Ince? He doesn't make it easy to like him, does he? Some of the shit he comes out with is mental. It's actually mental, some of the stuff that he comes out with. Does bringing in Sancho hamper the development of Mason or allow him to progress naturally without additional pressure? He's not a right winger. He plays on the right wing because that's where he's getting game time. He can play anywhere across the front free. Not a drama. Nothing can hamper the kid, says Doug. When it comes to hampering someone's progression, I think signing players in an area is not ideal, but the cream generally rises to the top. I think signed players get an extra crack of the whip for reasons that, economic reasons. But look who Marcus has had signed since he was at the club. Tony Marshall was signed while Marcus was at the club. Zlatan, Lukaku, Sanchez, all of these players signed while Marcus was at the club. He's still here playing. Eagle says, who knows who wants him also? Maybe he's wanted by many and expect a lot of teams want him. There's a difference between who wants him and who can afford him, though, and where he's willing to go. This isn't eBay. It doesn't matter if you bid the highest, you get him. You've also got to make sure that he wants to come to you, and I don't know if there's many that would be having him. Will we get Bellingham, says JT McD. I have no idea, and I have no update on Gomez either. No, I have no idea on either of those two situations. Callum says, I want Greenwood to play with better players. Yeah, there's probably that element of it as well. Greenwood's having one of the most brilliantly, patiently managed integrations into the first team anyone's ever had. It's fantastic. Yeah, I think it's been absolutely brilliant, his integration at the moment. Can Greenwood get around 20 goals in all competitions? We've got 18 games on paper, potentially 18 games left to play. He's on 12 goals from not that many more games. Yeah, he could easily do that. Will he? Probably not. He probably won't feature in all of those. But like he's done phenomenal so far. He'll get close. And next year, if he gets the chances, he'll definitely get it. Yeah, absolutely. Right, that was Sancho. Let's talk about Vanderbeek. Bit of a strange one. New one. United and Real Madrid, so probably Real Madrid, are the front runners for his signature, with Sky Sports News chief reporter Brian Swanson reporting in January that the Ajax midfielder would consider a move to the Premier League. On Friday, Daily Mail reported that United want Vanderbeek to replace Paul Pogba should he leave, which would be a like-for-like replacement. Not sure on that. His Ajax contract runs out in 2 years, and Ajax are prepared to sell in the summer. Although this deal is viewed as a replacement for Pogba, who could potentially be staying in Manchester, a report suggesting Ole wants him to form a midfield partnership with Bruno Fernandes. I'm almost certain Fernandes was the replacement for for Pogba. Hence why we got him now, and we didn't get him last summer, despite being rumoured to be in for him. I'm certain of it. So it feels like there's jack shit in that. Is a Pogba replacement. All right, well, Pogba's probably not going to get sold because no one's willing to pay him. The stuff that was coming out from the gaffer at at Juventus the other day, saying like big money deals just aren't going to happen. You know, that might be them feathering their nest a little bit and sort of tempering expectations, or it might be that there's actually something in that. We will find out pretty soon, I'm sure. I just don't see anything in Vanderbeek. Great player, but I just don't see anything in that whatsoever at all. Konate. Here we go. Another kid from Leipzig. Is that... How many we've been linked to now? It's at least 3, isn't it? We've had Werner. We've had Upamencano. Who's the next one from Leipzig that we're going to get linked with? So according to Le Ten Sport, which is a French news outlet, United are very interested in Ibrahima Konate. He forms the other half of the centre-back partnership at Leipzig with Upamencano, who you may see, making the story seem strange, if not one literally made up from fucking boredom. French under-21 international. He only featured 5 times in the Bundesliga this season, having been ruled out of a torn muscle since October. Again, making this story just feel like complete and utter bollocks. However, if there is any truth, he is pretty highly rated, and he's also been linked with a move to the likes of Arsenal. Why would we go for Konate over Axel Tuanzebe? Why would we do that? Why would we? We just wouldn't, would we? Especially at that value. If that's the true value of the guy, £30-odd million. No, at all. Ross says, I rate Upamencano, but not Konate. Can I compare Saul and Partey and how they compare with McTominay and Fred? For Saul, think Ander Herrera. Think someone that's very capable of doing the dirty work, but he's better than what Ander Herrera was like on the ball. Someone who's very much a box-to-box player, very much on more of that hard, not hard as in like what Brian Robson was like or anything like that, just a very good, energetic midfielder, but he's got quality with his ball, the ball at his feet. So I would say Saul is like the levelling up of what you would get with Ander Herrera. And actually, if you go and look at what Solskjaer's stats were like with Ander in the team, they were very interesting. With Thomas Partey, I think he's more in the defensive mold, probably more like perhaps a very more mobile version of Matic. So totally different. You know, they're not necessarily easy to be put into pigeonholes that easily. There's more to their game than that. But when you're trying to instantly sort of give you a flavour for a player, I think that's the best way to sort of give that one. Steve says the transfer news was stupid before. Lockdown has amplified the nonsense by a power of 10. This Konate one's fucking nonsense, isn't it? Fred equals not good. Not true. Ryan says Saul would give balance to the team. I think so. Why does Mason look so calm once walking out and playing? Class quality Mason possesses. I think he's just very, very fucking confident in his own abilities. I really do. Just joined. What's happening with Sancho? Nothing, really, in terms of an update. You got Paul Ince saying break the bank for him. Just people commenting on that more than anything else, really. How much better than Fosu? I don't know where Fosu Mensah is. He's not really played proper football for nearly 2 years now, so I don't know what sort of condition he's in as a player. We've extended his contract, so it'll be very interesting to see how it comes out. Who's my player of the year? Marcus. Opinions on Roshan over Upamencano? I think there's just a bit more quality with Upamencano. I think Roshan ends up in the Premier League. Very interesting to see what happens with him, though. He's looked decent at Shrewsbury. He's not looked amazing at Shrewsbury. But, he's a young defender. Mason has more appearances this season than Marcus and Tony, but minutes is another story. Yeah, the minutes just aren't there. Signing Gallo for 2 years, and Greenwood would be ready for the number 9 spot, says Sky Jack. Probably not far off there, I think. Moran says, just want the footy back. This is worse than international breaks. Do you know what? On international breaks, though, there was a lot of football to watch. Even if it wasn't what you wanted to watch, you could still watch it, couldn't you? And then it was like, now at the moment, we can't even do that. I think they extended Fosu's contract so they can get money for him. I think they extended it because they want to see if he can come back from the injury, because there's definitely a good player in there. We chose Roshan over Upamencano, didn't we? Yes, I believe we did. But, you can't use that as a stick to beat anyone with. At 15, 16, the club makes these decisions on a probably near daily basis. So, get Sanchez back for deeper and better squad. It's not just about that. I think there's something about Sanchez as a personality and all the rest of it where I think that maybe it's better for the personality of the squad that he's moved on. I'll never complain about an international break, says CJ Brown. Yeah, do you know what, mate? I'd take a Friday night championship game at this rate. Do you know what? I've watched some good Friday night championship games. Before we were locked in earlier in the season, or it might have even been, I can't remember when it was actually, nip round to Ben's and go and watch a Friday night championship game. It's a good laugh. Rumour that Tottenham don't have any money to spend this summer and are only bringing players on a free. I saw that. It's from Duncan Castles, wasn't it? That's fucking nightmare. I would start looking at who's going to be taking over Tottenham in the next 6 months, because that fucking train is never late. Can't wait for the safe standing at Old Trafford. Yeah, it's going to be good, isn't it? I do think it is going to be good. I'm hopefully going to be shooting the Lockdown Readers Club. It's going to be going on Patreon very soon, probably in the next week. I'm nearly finished writing it. I've left some of the books in there, though. I'm going through probably a book every 4 days, I would say, at the moment. It's good. I'm enjoying doing a bit of reading. Don't do enough reading. And not having to do any driving at the moment is nice. How about a Thursday night match against Cluj? Yeah. Any recommendations on matches to watch from 2004 back? Oh, any of United's European Cup runs from the 90s. Any of them. Yeah, nah, not at all. When we're back, I'd like to see Laird get a chance to compete with Wan-Bissaka. I agree. Yeah, right, I'm going to wrap it up there, but before I go, check out the Patreon. Patreon's been keeping us going throughout the lockdown, and I've been doing some retro watch-alongs on there. There's one for United Juventus coming out on Wednesday morning. There was one for the 2008 out last week. I'm going to be doing some more of them, and also the 5 books to read during lockdown is going to be going on Patreon as well as a weekly podcast. So hit the link in the description and go check that out. How many more Patreons to shave my head? We're at 200 and it's reback. I think my internet just disconnected then, sorry. Doug says, Steve, thanks for all the content during lockdown. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, if you want to check out what's going on Patreon. Also, all the stock is back in Stretford Paddock shop. So if you want to come and get in the mixer on that and get some merch, and if you've ordered some merch, that will be now heading out to you over the next week. So cheers for everyone's patience on that. I can't believe how long it's taken to get it all out, but it's all out on its way. And our away kit is coming very, very, very soon. So hit it like, keep it locked, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.